Welcome into Morrison Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, in downtown Omaha, Nebraska. A beautiful night for soccer here in the middle of the country as the Bugeaters hosting Sioux Falls Thunder FC from South Dakota. My name is Owen Godberson. Joining me is my friend Jack Hoover, both from the University of Nebraska, Omaha, for this, what should be an exquisite matchup tonight. I'm really looking forward to it. We did have a bit of technical difficulties. That's why we started right now. It's in the 5th minute, currently 0-0. Not many chances for either side. One shot outside of the area. But so far, this has been a tightly contested matchup with the Bugeaters using their offensive firepower to keep the Thunder in their own defensive third.
Yeah, we've seen a very attack-minded Bugeaters team so far. It's early on in the game, but 5 minutes in, I would definitely say the Bugeaters have had the majority of the possession and the majority of the chances. You did mention chances in this game, and we did see one early on. It was a great run from the outside back. Bugeato came in off the wing, flashed across the face of goal. Unfortunately, no Bugeaters could get onto the end of it, but it's been essentially all Bugeaters thus far, and as a Bugeaters fan, you'd love to see that going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now for the starting 11 for the Bugeaters at the left back position, Stevie C of the University of Nebraska, Omaha in the center of the back line. It's going to be Alan Carr and Angel Alvarez. Carr, a graduate of Bellevue University. Alvarez is a defender at the moment for Concordia University. At the right back position, as Jack just mentioned, Gabriel Gaiotto from Midland University. And in the midfield, it's a 4-3-3 formation. One center defensive midfielder, James Kilburn of Midland University. Just ahead of him in the midfield, it is Tobias Meritsky of Bellevue University, Denzel Woods, a graduate of the University of Nebraska, Omaha. And then the front three for the Bugeaters today is going to be on the left-hand side, Roger De La Villa, and then on the right-hand side, Carlos Ferrer, both of Concordia University. And now it's played over the top. Oh, it was an open header there at the back post.
Great chance for the Bugeaters there. That's what we've seen thus far this early into the game. Bugeaters getting crosses in, looking fairly potent. Could definitely see one going in soon.
That one was Carlos Ferrer, unable to get the diving header on frame. I mentioned he's going to be the right wing today. Left winger is Roger De La Villa, and then in the center of the front three, the center forward, the number 9 for the Bugeaters today, Danny Whitehall of Hastings College. You might know him as one of, if not the greatest Hastings player of all time. GPAC offensive player of the year all 4 years of college. Just completed his senior year at Hastings. An unbelievable campaign and an unbelievable career for a player.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of Hastings soccer over the past couple of years, but it sounds like he's been huge for them, and hopefully he'll be big for the Bugeaters this season. They'll very likely be looking for him to score a lot of their goals.
Currently in the midfield, James Kilburn able to get possession of it, takes it towards the left-hand side. Being pressured by the Sioux Falls Thunder early on here, keeps it in play, drops it all the way back for Carr. Carr now back into the midfield. Going to be Tobias Meritsky playing the through ball to Carlos Ferrer. Brilliantly weighted here. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He has a shot into the side netting. Carlos Ferrer unable to get that opportunity on frame either. So far, Sioux Falls Thunder, they've given up chances, but they've yet to give away the goal.
Still very early on, still finding their chances, the Bugeaters here. And this 4-3-3 formation they're running is very attack-minded. They just have the one holding mid, Kilburn, in the middle, and then you have the other midfielders, Woods and Meritsky. I mean, they're getting up. They're essentially almost playing up where the forward is. So you'll probably see a lot of those through balls because you can clearly kind of see an overload in the middle with the forward and with the two center midfielders. So it's very positive from the Bugeaters, and you love to see that as a fan. So, expect for them to control a lot of possession in the game here, I would say.
We talked to Coach Robertson before the game, and he said this 4-3-3 formation could almost look as though it's a 4-1-5.
Absolutely. It definitely kind of looks like that from what we've seen. I would say it's even maybe like a 3-4-3 maybe, because we've seen the wingbacks, they pushed up into the midfield quite a bit, and then you've seen Kilburn kind of drop back with the other two center backs. So, a lot of fluidity from the Bugeaters team here. So that could be good for them. That could cause a lot of problems for the Sioux Falls Thunder team that they are facing today. Excuse me.
And Denzel Woods whistled for an offside there. Thunder looking to build possession in the midfield. Woods unable to win it back. Finally, Kilburn wins it back in the midfield. Now it's on the foot of Ferrer. Going to take on the entire Sioux Falls Thunder back line. Eventually decides it's a better option to play it out to Gaiotto. Whistle back in the midfield for a foul. Denzel Woods off the quick restart. Woods now for Carr. Carr playing almost close to a left back position. He's almost closer to the touchline than he is to the center of the park.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that. With the wing backs pushing up, it really does kind of look like they're running a 3-back there almost, which again is good because, it'll create a lot of chances on the offensive end. Now, we haven't seen Sioux Falls get up and show their offensive talent yet. I'm sure we'll see that, though, as the game progresses.
Another close chance there for Carlos Ferrer. Great ball played over the top. Just couldn't keep it in play, and nor could he shield it out of play for a corner kick. Ended up going off Ferrer last. We are 10 minutes gone here at Morrison Stadium here in Omaha, Nebraska. 0-0 between the Bugeaters and the Thunder from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This is the first season the Bugeaters playing in Omaha. Last year they were in the state's capital, Lincoln, playing at a local high school field. Now it's a through ball played at Alan Carr. A brilliant challenge there, preventing the Thunder from getting one-on-one with Jack Bennett, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, as you mentioned, this team was in Lincoln last year, and me and you, we got to go down to a few of their games. Great atmosphere down there, but I think moving up to Omaha will be good. Bigger city, hopefully more exposure for the team, and this stadium I think is one of the best college soccer stadiums in the country. You and I were just here about a week ago for the Nebraska Boys State Soccer Championship. Saw about 6,000 people come out for that. So if there's anything we learned that night, it's that this is a great venue, and so the Bugeaters and you and me, we're glad to be here.
Absolutely. Danny Whitehall now trying to get through the Thunder defense. Has a shot from the top of the area, and the left-footed effort goes high and wide and not very handsome there.
No, not even a little bit. But you do love to see the Bugeaters not afraid to shoot. If they see an opening, they look like they've been willing to take their shots.
You look at that possession the play that started that possession there for the Bugeaters. It was basically 3 on the goalkeeper, and they just couldn't quite get the offensive firepower going as quickly as you would like in the middle of the park. Otherwise, they would have had 3 players on one goalkeeper if they had been quick enough. Not too sure if that's just a chemistry issue at the moment because this team has really only had about maybe a month to work with each other. Right.
I would definitely chalk that up to chemistry issues. I mean, as you said, the team hasn't had much time to work together, and they've kind of added and dropped people from the roster as the weeks have gone by. It's been a really revolving door of players coming in and out for the Bugeaters here. So, as the team moves on through the season and kind of maybe starts to find their starting 11 for the year, I'm sure we'll see a little more sharpness from the Bugeaters attack. That only comes as the team continues to play together.
Yeah, 43-man roster announced for the Bugeaters earlier this week. Basically all local talent, either from the local area, like either from Omaha or Lincoln or one of the surrounding cities, or playing college at either Hastings, Concordia, Midland, UNO, Creighton. A very diverse group, but also very Nebraska-centered.
Absolutely, very Nebraska-centered. I think that's just good. It kind of shows this team is willing to connect with the local soccer community. They're willing to give local players from here, a chance to, get out there and play soccer at such a high level. I did notice one of the players was from Lincoln. They don't even have an official NCAA soccer team, but he plays in the soccer club down there. And, he came out for a tryout. They gave him an opportunity. His name's Cole Horner, by the way. I believe he plays defense for the Bugeaters. And so, they're really just giving opportunities to anyone from the area, and it's great to see that kind of connection that they're building with the community.
Missed chance there for the Bugeaters as well. They're getting a lot of opportunities, but not really many shots on goal. The goalkeeper for the Sioux Falls Thunder hasn't really had to do anything.
No, he hasn't been very busy yet, but again, the Bugeaters definitely are showing they've got, seems like the bigger drive here, They want to get at the goal first. They want to score the more goals. We'll just see how this progresses. I'm sure that as the game continues again, the Bugeaters will really find their rhythm. Get more shots on goal.
Now, as Jack mentioned, a lot of the players aren't on the game day roster at the moment, Cole Horner being one of them. We'll get to the roster here in a minute. The chance might be developing here as the through ball's played into Roger De La Villa. He is onside here, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, Roger De La Villa. Great save!
Maybe a little selfish with that shot. He did have, I believe it was Whitehall up there with him. Missed opportunity for the Bugeaters, though, for sure.
They might live to regret these chances here if the Thunder can get their feet underneath them. Denzel Woods now taking up into the midfield. Finds Danny Whitehall. Whitehall might be having a shot. He leaves it off for Denzel Woods. Bit too close of an angle to shoot. Might play it back towards the middle. Toe poke there by the defender. Out for a corner kick. The first corner kick for the Bugeaters tonight.
Now, one thing about this Bugeaters roster, and this could probably help them out here on this corner, is they do have a lot of height on this team. I mean, starting from goal, you have Bennett, who's 6'3", then you have Alan Carr at the back, who's 6 foot, Denzel Woods, 6 foot 2 inches, Morrison in the midfield is 6'2", and then Whitehall up top, the big imposing 6'3" striker. So they definitely have the height here to get on the end of a corner. Oh, but they played short, so it's all for nothing, I guess.
Play short.
Definitely look for that to continue as the game continues.
Play short here. It's Roger De La Villa launching across the field. Alan Carr, James Kilburn winning it back. Plays a long ball over the top. Angel Alvarez, the closest Bugeater to it, might be able to keep this one in play. Nicely shielded away by the Thunder. I think the Thunder player thought it went off Alvarez last. Sideline judge out there says no, and it's going to be a corner kick. It's going to be Roger De La Villa out there to take the corner kick. You know, Jack, you mentioned the height a few minutes ago. I would think with the height advantage, you want to play that into the middle. You don't want to play it short to fair at the near post. You want to get the ball in the box, especially, as you mentioned, Denzel Woods, Danny Whitehall. Corner kick delivered there at the near post. Almost got a flick onto it. One back at the top of the area by Mertzky. Back into the middle by Goto. And a flick on towards Fair. Shot takes a deflection. Goalkeeper able to make the save at the near post, and the chance. Another one gone for the Bugeaters. Starting to get him more on frame, and that's what you kind of like to see if you're head coach Scott Robertson.
Yeah, you are. They're becoming a little more efficient with their chances, it seems. And we are only 16 minutes into this game. Still plenty of time for the Bugeaters to really kind of find their groove here.
A harsh challenge here in the midfield. The first yellow card of the match. Foul issued to Roger De La Villa. The foul on Roger De La Villa. He is going to be straight red. Oh. It's an ejection for Roger De La Villa, and the Bugeaters down to 10 men in the 16th minute.
Yeah, the card definitely wasn't for the foul there. De La Villa must have said something the referee really didn't agree with. Interesting decision here. This could really change how this game moves on going forward.
The Bugeaters playing with 10 men for the remainder of this match. Roger De La Villa is, one of the wingers that was pairing well with Carlos Ferrer out there on the right-hand side. They were able to switch the play nicely. You saw that on the near-post corner kick. That's going to be an issue for the Bugeaters because, we were talking to Coach Robertson before the game. They're able to use those wings very explosively, and without Roger De La Villa down that left-hand side, it's all going to come down to Stevie C, the left back from UNO. And we've seen his creativity at times for the Mavericks. He has registered 3 assists in his time for the Red and Black, just uptown, but...
Yeah, I mean, Stevie definitely has the ability to get forward and create problems from the wing. He's very quick, very fast, very smart on the ball. But yeah, losing De La Villa kind of as his cover there, it's going to make things a lot tougher for him. And as you said, we were talking to Coach Robertson, and he did point out De La Villa as one of his players to watch for the Bugeaters. Someone who could be really important for them. So obviously, you never want to lose a man to a red card this early in the game. And
brilliant turn here from Whitehall. Sorry to cut you off, Jack. A shot comes in the middle. Stevie C able to finish it off. The Maverick player is the first Bugeaters player to score at Morrison Stadium, and how fitting. An Omaha player scoring down at Creighton to open up the Bugeaters home campaign for the season.
Maybe the red card just made things easier for the Bugeaters. Who knows?
A brilliant turn there by Danny Whitehall, able to create that chance just inside of the 18-yard box, cuts it back. Almost a Cruyff turn in essence. Able to get the shot. Goalkeeper made a smart save down to his left-hand side.
He did.
And Stevie C able to poke it home into the corner. Right place, right time for the Maverick left back. And now the Bugeaters lead 1-0. It's going to be in the 19th minute. Still a lot of game left to play here at Morrison Stadium.
Absolutely.
Bugeaters, should have mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, in red and white going from right to left as you watch. And the Thunder in black and white going from left to right. Nice overlay here. Denzel Woods running down the left-hand side. Trying to find an option towards the middle. Trying to find Danny Whitehall. Whitehall flicks it on here. Mertzky plays it into the middle. And unfortunately, Whitehall couldn't get on the end of it. Bugeaters cutting open the Thunder, but now the Thunder looking to get some damage of their own done here. Now play it on the left-hand side. Do not have a roster for the Thunder. played down the left-hand side. Out defending is Angel Alvarez. Gotta be careful here not to give away a set piece.
Nicely defended there from the Bugeaters. You really haven't seen a lot from the Thunder going forward. They don't really seem to have the same offensive weapons that the Bugeaters have at their disposal right now. And the Bugeater front line, their front five, I suppose now front four with the absence of De La Via, has really done a good job of getting in behind the Thunder back line. They've really been very successful at cutting them apart.
Denzel, sorry to cut you off again, Jack.
Right.
Denzel Woods slow to get up there in the right center half. It's going to be Alan Carr kicking it out of play. Thunder should be just giving it right back to the Bugeaters here off this throw-in. Going to be launched all the way back to Jack Bennett in goal. Alan Carr ends up cutting it off at the end. Now plays it up into the midfield. Now wide to Stevie C. He loses out possession. Now the Thunder try to build out of the back. Looks like they're playing a 4-3-3 of sorts along the same lines as the Bugeaters. Two midfielders in front of the center defensive midfielder, four at the back, and then up top. But it's ever evolving now. It looks a bit different now as they go forward, but nonetheless, the through ball over the top to Jack Bennett.
Definitely a fluid-looking shape from this Thunder team, and I'm assuming with the red card now to the Bugeaters, that will probably change the way that they go forward. It may add some more people into the attack now that they can afford the extra man. It'll definitely affect, though, how they play, I'm sure.
Alvarez looking to switch the play out to Alan Carr. This one bending away from the Bellevue University alum. Able to keep it in play, though, and now he plays it over the top. Danny Whitehall is going to have a bit of room to chase onto this one here. Cut out by the defender all the way back to the goalkeeper for Sioux Falls. Now played out of the middle. Carlos Ferrer almost getting on the end of that one. One back by Carlos Ferrer. Nice track back there by the midfielder. Finding Alan Carr on the back line. Looking to maintain composure here and trying to get a little bit of possession going and try to break down the Thunder again. Scoreboard is yet to be updated. It is 1-0 off of a Stevie C goal in the 17th minute a few moments ago. Danny Whitehall has the shot that was blocked away to lead up to the goal. Stevie C just with a tap in. Now the Bugeaters defense is going to be called into question here. Clean challenge at the top of the area by Angel Alvarez. Now potentially a corner kick on the ropes here. Out wide to Mersky. Mersky back into the middle for Alan Carr. Carr back for Mersky, back for Carr, now into the midfield for Denzel Woods, able to take a touch. Woods, a 6'2" midfielder out of Santa Cruz, Trinidad and Tobago, played for the Omaha Mavericks in his collegiate days.
Yeah, me and you, we've covered a lot of UNO soccer, so we're quite familiar with Denzel Woods. Last year he was the captain for the UNO soccer team. He was a good presence for them. On their back line for the Mavericks, we should add, did not typically play as a center midfielder. But, he went wherever the team needed him most, and he was a good team player.
We've kind of seen him as a jack of all trades, where he's played center back, he's played center mid, he's played striker. We've seen him play center defensive mid in a holding midfield role. Haven't really seen him in that position yet.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a new step for him, or so it would seem for us. But, Denzel Woods, he's a utility player, and he's a team player, so he'll go wherever the team needs him. And, when we saw him play at center attacking mid for UNO, he seemed to do quite well at that role. There were some growing pains in finding, his legs in this new position. But as the season went on, he did better and better, and now he's kind of playing a very similar role here for the Bugeaters. So I can assume that will only bring more success for him here and for this team.
They're well cut out by Alan Carr, finding Tobias Merzke on the left-hand side. The Thunder are going to give the Bugeaters a throw in here just on the edge of the Bugeaters' defensive third. Stevie C is going to come out to take this one. Ever since the goal, we haven't seen much. Mostly been a midfield battle since Stevie C found the back of the net.
Yeah, it's definitely died down since then. I think the Bugeaters lost a little bit of their intensity in attack. That's really changed how this game's been played.
It was a poor ball played in the middle by Alan Carr, but it found its way through somehow.
It was a very hopeful long ball there. Whitehall, he's a big target. 6'3", scores a lot of goals. They'll probably just be looking to thump a lot of balls in towards him, and maybe they'll do that right here.
Tobias Mayersky cutting it in towards the middle for Danny Whitehall. Tries the back heel flick, couldn't get much on it. It's cleared out. This one's going to be a throw-in for the Bug Eaters inside of the attacking third. Stevie C out to take it. Throw and taken from Mayersky, now back for Stevie C. Woods and C connecting again as they often did up the road at Caniglia Field. Now into the midfield for Mayersky, the Bellevue University midfielder. Denzel Woods tried to get it back towards the middle. One back onto the foot now of James Kilburn, the Midland University midfielder. Back for Woods. Woods thought about having a go here. Now trying to find Gabriel Gaiotto out in the wing. One back by Kilburn. Kilburn's going to have a hit here from distance. Sails over the top of the net. Goal kick for the Thunder. That was a wasteful shot.
Somewhat, yes. I would definitely say, though, this Bug Eaters team has definitely not been afraid to shoot the ball today. I mean, they definitely have a willingness to go for goal, and that's always good to see.
Now we at Bug Eaters FC would like to thank our partners, 1836 Capital, Anderson Printing, Backswing Brewery, Charter West Bank and Mortgage Center, Elite Form, Epoca, Gentleman's Nod, Integrated Rehab, Into Metal, JJT Transportation and Logistics, Rittiger and Associates, and The Simple Man for making Bug Eaters FC possible here in Omaha, Nebraska. We thank all of our sponsors here today. Free kick just outside of the 18-yard box for the Thunder. Now looking to switch it out on the right-hand side. Haven't seen much offensive potential from them yet. Not really much build-up play. Mostly just been capitalizing on Bug Eaters' errors.
It really has been. We have not seen much at all, as you said, from the Thunder. They just haven't really been too sharp in connecting their passes. They'll get possession for a little bit, and then they'll just have one wasteful pass, and all their positive efforts will be for nothing.
As I mentioned a few moments ago, we do have a full game day roster for the Bug Eaters today. CBC is whistled offside, so we get a second. The substitutions for today: Harry Ray at goalkeeper. He is Jack Bennett's backup, the goalkeeper from Bellevue University. Jamie Henderson, another Bellevue University Bruin. Jack Ara, Mario Cerulli, Arias Fung, Florian Doubt, Manny Lira, Jonathan Lopez, and Robert Wiseman all on the bench today for the Bug Eaters, and many more players not on the roster today.
Yeah, I would expect to see a lot of rotation in the game day roster as the season progresses. A lot of talent that, is currently not even suited up at all, or maybe even in the stadium today. So, I mean, keep an eye on the roster changes over the season. There'll be a lot of interesting players to watch.
A breakaway here for James Kilburn. A brilliant tackle there to prevent the counterattack. Thunder not looking very compact, not looking very solid at all in the center of the park.
No, that's definitely where they've been losing the game, it would seem. I mean, they're just unable to move the ball from their defense to the midfield to the forwards because they keep losing it in the midfield. So, I mean, if they want to, get the equalizer here, they really need to, maybe they could get it right here off an error.
A brilliant run here into the penalty area, and a last-ditch tackle from Alan Carr takes it away from the net. No foul there, says the referee. Now the Bug Eaters might be able to build out of the back here. Alan Carr takes it outside of the area, finds Stevie C with a heavy first touch, able to keep it in play.
Yeah, going back to that last play, it really seems like that might be the only way for the Thunder to grab a goal here is to just capitalize off of Bug Eaters' mistake. Because really they haven't been doing much to beat the Bug Eaters, so I guess the Bug Eaters will have to beat themselves if the Thunder want to get on the board here.
Danny Whitehall fouled inside of his own half. It's going to be a free kick. Thought about taking that short. Alan Carr looking to launch this one for Carlos Ferrer. Brilliant ball over the top. Ferrer unable to bring it down on the first touch. He has a shot, and it's right at the goalkeeper, but goalkeeper not making the most of that chance. Not looking very capable. And that ball what would you say? That was bobbled in his hands for a second? It was a fairly tame shot.
It seemed like a tame shot. I don't know. Maybe it took a little curve at the end. I don't know. I'm not a goalkeeper. I never played goalie. You did. You might know more than I do.
It's tough to read those knuckleballs, but you want to bring them into your chest and then corral them.
Yeah, but didn't really make the most of it there.
No, not really at all. Now it's back into the midfield. James Kilburn looking to get it going here. And dropping it off for Jack Bennett when he didn't see a passing lane. Heading into the 30th minute here from Morrison Stadium. 1-0 the score. Stevie C getting the only goal on the day so far. Fair looking to spring the run here. Tobias Meritsky in the midfield. Meritsky looking to body his way through the back line. It's going to be dropped all the way back to the goalkeeper. Woods as well trying to win it back from the Thunder. Lays it off for Carlos Ferrer nicely here. A little bit of a bobble in the midfield. Now the Thunder have it back in possession. Looking to break here. Defending James Kilburn back all the way is Denzel Woods. Carr finds it nicely across for Angel Alvarez. Alvarez into the midfield for Kilburn. Back for Alvarez, back towards the backtracking Fair, but just a bit in front of him. Unable to get on the end of it. Kilburn with a misplay there and back in possession for the Thunder. Laid it off into the middle of the park. We're going to take that one time. I thought initially Stevie C back and read it nicely there to win it back for the Eaters.
Yeah, Stevie C seems like he's been everywhere on the field today already. He's been making a lot of good defensive challenges, and he's clearly pushed up into the attacking third at the opportune moments, which will be essential now that De La Vie is out on that left wing.
A ball played into the air. Jack Bennett might have his first job to do on the day. Played back out wide. Cross in towards the middle. An awkward backheel flick there is going to go out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick for Bennett to take.
If I had to guess, I'm assuming that's probably not the shot he wanted to take there.
Really, Bennett, the 6'3" goalkeeper from Concordia University, a graduate. He just finished his time at Concordia this past season, played from 2015 to 2018. The goalkeeper, even through his list of accolades, 2018 second team All Great Plains Athletic Conference, 2018 NAIA All Plains Region, 2018 Omaha World Herald Honorable Mention All Nebraska team, 2017 second team All GPAC, 2017 Omaha World Herald All Nebraska team. His career stats for Concordia University: 37 appearances, 3,023 minutes, only 40 goals against, and 132 saves, averaging about 1.91 goals against per game, and saving about 77% of the shots he faces. Danny Whitehall's whistle for an offside.
Certainly built up an impressive resume over there at Concordia. He beat out 3 other goalies with a grand total of 4 goalies in this roster, so not a lot of, not easy competition. You have Ugo Tritz, the keeper for UNO last year. You have, as you mentioned, I believe the other keeper on the bench, apologies, I'm forgetting his name, Harry Ray, who played at Bellevue, another Englishman. And then you have
Creighton product playing right here at Morrison Stadium next year, Duncan Whirling from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Duncan and Ugo not with the roster today. Harry Ray is the backup goalkeeper on the day for the Bugeaters.
A lot of local college experience there.
Bugeaters unable to get anything going in the attacking third on that play, giving up possession for the Thunder. Cut back into the middle of the park. A nice ball played towards the front of their line. Well read by Alvarez. Out defending it is Meritsky. Unable to keep that ball on the wing. Now played back towards the middle. Well read by Alan Carr to cut it away. Now the Bugeaters might be able to break here. Meritsky on the ball. Finds Denzel Woods in the center of the park. Woods plays this one over the top for Carlos Ferrer. He is onside. Leaves it off for Denzel Woods at the top of the area. Wanted to take that shot first time. Now finds Danny Whitehall, who's onside. Danny Whitehall, and it's 2-0.
Great placement on that shot. Also credit to Denzel Woods for not taking the shot there originally. Could have had it maybe. but eventually found Whitehall. Great pass. Great finish from Whitehall.
Denzel Woods getting the assist for Danny Whitehall. You might remember Whitehall a few weeks ago at Chattanooga scoring from the halfway line. Bugeaters' efforts down in Tennessee.
He's definitely shown why he has been Hastings' leading goal scorer for their program history.
Whitehall, as we mentioned, probably the greatest Hastings player to have ever come through the system.
Absolutely.
Mentioned a few of his accolades. He holds the record for the Hastings University in goals in a season with 34, points in a season with 77, goals in a career with 93, and points in a career 218 points.
That is a very storied program over there at Hastings. I believe they have a few NAIA championships to their name. They're always usually among the best NAIA schools out there.
The Thunder finding themselves 2-0 down, looking to claw their way back into this one on the road. Sioux Falls about 4.5, 5 hour drive from here, not too far away.
Yeah, no, it's a fairly decent commute. It appears most of the Bugeater games this season will either be facing opponents who are relatively close by or will be on the road only a few hours away in cities such as Des Moines or elsewhere.
Quick look at the Bugeater schedule for the rest of the campaign. This, as we mentioned earlier, is the first home game of the year here at Morrison Stadium, where they will play all of their home games over the summer. The next one is going to be in June 8th. Minneapolis City SC comes to Morrison Stadium. In a couple of week breaks, they're at Des Moines, they're at Caw Valley. Then they host the Des Moines Wanderers. They host the Santa Fe Wanderers on June 30th and July 6th, respectively. July 13th, they host Caw Valley FC. July 20th, they face Med City FC, and that's Fan Appreciation Night. And that is the last home game of the year before they go on the road to Minneapolis City, and July 27th at Med City.
Now, where is Med City exactly?
Rochester, Minnesota.
Rochester, Minnesota. Not too far a drive from here, I'm sure.
Minneapolis.
Definitely doable.
Minneapolis, Med City, going to Rochester up there as well. Going down to Caw Valley, which is only in Topeka, Kansas. Des Moines, Iowa, about a 3-hour drive east down I-80?
I believe.
I-80, I-29. I am not very well versed in interstates. I can get there. I don't know the numbers. We're not sure if we are going to be traveling with the team, but we will bring you all of the Bugeaters home games here at Morrison Stadium. The Creighton University campus, a brilliant view of downtown Omaha on the south side of the field. And a view of the CenturyLink Center, the CHI Health Center in the distance.
Center, yes.
Playing host to Creighton basketball, as well as a former home. Just about everything Omaha hockey until Baxter Arena came into the play a couple of years ago. Creighton University playing all of their home soccer games here, both men's and women's, over the years, and a very storied program, Creighton University.
Absolutely. I believe they have, I think it is 3 College Cup runs to their name. Never won a national championship. They were in one national championship game, I believe. But they're a great program. And, I mean, just look at this field. I mean, you can tell that they've got a great venue here. Great program, great coaches, great team. We'll be looking forward to seeing them play next season.
Jack, I've heard you call Morrison Stadium a couple of times the Wembley of Nebraska.
I have. I'm quite fond of calling it that. I'm quite fond of the stadium, you know?
We mentioned this earlier in the broadcast. This is the host for the NSAA, the Nebraska High School State Championships for soccer. So it really is a destination to get here at the end of the season for just about every high school in the entire state. It is the Wembley of Nebraska because come to the end of the season, you want to be playing your games here. You want to be playing your games in downtown Omaha. We've seen some brilliant games here over the years.
Absolutely. I mean, this is definitely the end goal for every high school team in the state. I've seen a few high school soccer team Twitter accounts use the hashtag #MakeItToMorrison as kind of their mantra for the team, and this is where you want to be. At the end of the season, you want to be here Monday night in late May, under the lights, in front of 5,000, 6,000 people. I mean, there's no greater venue in the state, I think, for soccer than Morrison Stadium. Coming here is always a load of fun.
Now, the state championship game this year between Prep and South brought in a total of 6,400 fans.
Yes, and what a game that was. 1-1 penalty shootout victory for the Omaha South Packers.
To cut you off there, a chance for the Thunder is well wide of Bennett's left-hand post. That was a first real chance of the game for Sioux Falls, unable to get it on frame.
Definitely the most dangerous opportunity we've seen from them thus far. And Now ball here with the Bug Eaters, looking to get it going again.
Alvarez back to Bennett in goal. Bennett, Stevie C wide open, plays, well, he's trying to play the left back, unable to get there at the end, intercepted by Sioux Falls. Stevie C defends it nicely there on the left-hand side, gets it out of play for a Bug Eaters throw, and now looking to spring Tobias Mertzky. Mertzky and Woods combining nicely to spring Stevie C on the run down the left-hand flank. C waiting for reinforcements to arrive. Finds Mertzky in the midfield, leaves it off for Denzel Woods. Woods back for Mertzky. Back out wide for Stevie C, the Omaha Central graduate. Stevie C, no stranger to playing here at Morrison from his high school days. Made the trip to Morrison to the state tournament his junior year.
Yes, I remember that game quite well. It was against Creighton Prep. It was their first round game. Creighton Prep usually the favorite in the state tournament, but credit to Central in that game. They gave them a really tough run. Final score was 2-0 in overtime for the Junior Jays of Creighton Prep. But Stevie C did a lot for the Central team while he was there, and I don't want to say it was the sole reason they made it to this state, because they had a very talented team that year, but he was certainly a huge part of that.
Stevie C winning a free kick on the left-hand side of the area. It's going to be a set-piece opportunity here for the Bug Eaters. You mentioned CVC from that Central team, from that 2016 run here to Morrison. Cole Horner, another Bug Eaters player, was also on that roster.
Exactly. A lot of Central talent out on that field. A lot of just overall Nebraska high school talent. I mean, you have Steve. You have a few other players who aren't here today. You have Ed Gordon, who played for Creighton Prep, also for UNO now. He won a state championship in 2017. I believe Farrer went to, I think it was Millard West. I'll have to double check that.
And a brilliant header at the back post. It is going to be another goal from Danny Whitehall, and a set-piece goal finds the back of the net. 3-0 Bug Eaters.
There you go.
Inside of the 41st minute. Shambolic defending from Sioux Falls, unable to stay on the marker. You'd think, when you're scouting the Bug Eaters, Danny Whitehall would be the one you look at the most. You just always have him marked.
You really would, maybe put 2 men on him at all times, especially on set pieces, but maybe the Thunder didn't get the memo. Great goal there from Whitehall.
Easy finish to the back post off the head. Now Whitehall, all he needs to do is score with his left foot on the day, and he scores the perfect hat trick. What a perfect day he's having so far, finishing 2 chances already. Stevie C getting the other goal. It's 3-0 Bug Eaters, almost to halftime here.
Wouldn't be too surprised to see him get that perfect hat trick. And I would like to correct myself. Farrer did not go to school at Millard West. I have him confused with someone else.
Thunder looking to compose themselves in the midfield, playing it out of the back, trying desperately to get themselves back into this game. And you think if this one goes to halftime at 3-0, it's all but over. Essentially,
yes. I mean, we still haven't seen much at all from the Thunder to make us think any differently. I mean, all these goals for the Bug Eaters have come after being down to 10 men. So, I mean, if that doesn't say how dominant the Bug Eaters have been in this game, I don't know. It's just been all Bug Eaters all game long.
Falls. Can we get a counterattack going here? So only going to play in the midfield. Danny Whitehall hustling back to win it. Allows Denzel Woods to come and retrieve the ball. Danny Whitehall on the outside run. Ready for reinforcements to arrive. It's only Denzel Woods and Carlos Ferrer in the area. Whitehall tried the Travella cross towards the top of the 6-yard box. Cut out by the goalkeeper and rolled short.
Maybe tried to be a little too audacious there.
No better time to do that when you're 3-0 up at the moment.
Yeah.
Bug Eaters staying compact at the back. Not really allowing many chances. Not really letting themselves get too caught up in a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very organized unit back there. I don't believe he's wearing the captain's armband tonight, but Alan Carr is essentially the captain for this Bug Eaters team. Number 3 there at the back. I mean, he's just a huge presence for them. He's got great, tremendous leadership qualities, and he's really been able to keep that back line very solid tonight.
Stevie C committing a challenge there inside of the 18-yard box for the Bug Eaters. Angel Alvarez on the ball, looking to just play it out for the down Thunder player. Still inside of the 18-yard box off that challenge from Stevie C. No penalty from the referee. We've seen a couple of those chances already, and those big calls inside of the area for the referee has yet to point to the spot. The Bugeaters able to make the last-ditch challenges at the right moments.
Yeah, I think that's just been good play from the referee, too. He's been willing to let the game continue on. I mean, there really haven't been any obvious penalty shouts. You know, it's been great tackling from the Bugeaters in the box. They've been very smart about that. Just kind of goes to show how organized and smart they've been this game.
The referee's only real decision today so far has been to send off Roger De La Villa. That had to have been for dissent. There was nothing in play. There was no challenge committed. There was nothing physical done from the Spaniard. That's got to go down to something he said off the ball.
You could argue maybe that the original yellow card was perhaps a little soft there, and perhaps that's what sent De La Villa into, you know, mouthing off at the referee or whatever he did to get himself sent off. But other than that, the referee's had a fairly clean game today, it would seem.
The Bugeaters with some defending to do as the ball comes into the area, has a shot towards the near post, and Bennett able to smother it nicely.
Yeah, that'll be a save every day of the week.
Alan Carr plays it into the midfield. Morrison now back for Alan Carr, just past Stevie C. Is he unable to control it now towards the top of the area, headed back from Angel Alvarez, and Jack Bennett able to smother it. Was under some pressure. The Sioux Falls Thunder not rolling over. They still are putting forth a little bit of effort, trying to put Jack Bennett off a little bit.
I mean, if they did grab one goal back here before the end of the first half, especially with the man advantage, the second half really could open up a lot more, which as a neutral fan, you would love to see that.
CBC out there defending. Shield this one away. Alan Carr able to just boot it outside of the 18-yard box. The Thunder give it away. Win it right back down the right-hand side. Unable to keep it in play, however, is the Thunder winger. Again, we do not have a roster for the Sioux Falls Thunder at the moment. This one's going to be a throw-in for the Bugeaters. Past the 45th minute here, we're into stoppage time. Not sure how much stoppage time the referee is going to give this game. Just on the stroke of halftime. Throw-in given. Back, straight back from the Bugeaters, right back to the Thunder. Now onto the right-hand side. Stevie C defending. Backtracking as well is going to be Sweet Tobias Morrison out there defending. This one might be launched into the area on a long throw-in.
It's not the most beautiful soccer, but
it's effective. We've seen Iceland use it at the Euros, at the World Cup. Jack Bennett able to collect that nicely on the front and left-hand corner of his 6-yard box. But yeah, no, Iceland able to utilize the long throw-in against England in the Euros a couple of years ago.
Now, I haven't read the soccer rule book anytime recently, but did they outlaw flip throws?
I'm not sure if it's outlawed. They are, as flashy as they are, they don't typically get the job done. It takes a little bit of the accuracy out of it.
It does, yes.
Referee does blow for halftime here. So we come to the end of the first 45 minutes of Bugeater soccer here at Morrison Stadium. The score 3-0 in favor of the home team. Goals from Stevie C and Danny Whitehall scoring both of the other ones. Fairly easy first 45 minutes for the Bugeaters. We'll be back in a little bit for the second half of action. Stay tuned. You're listening to Bugeaters FC right here on YouTube.com. Welcome back to Morrison Field for the second half. Here's the Bugeaters of Omaha, Nebraska, taking on the Sioux Falls Thunder here. Beautiful downtown Omaha, and really a beautiful night for soccer. Barely a cloud in the sky. It's just a gorgeous night.
Yeah, great night. I mean, we're very lucky to, miss any rain that's been going through the area lately. Just great night for soccer, and from the Bugeaters' perspective, it's been a great night for them thus far. Going down to 10 men early in that first half has been no problem for them at all.
Stevie C recovering on an early mistake here in the second half. Alan Carr launching it down the field for Whitehall. Whitehall then interesting little dummy there, trying to make the defender make a mistake just inside of his own half. The Thunder get something going here.
Yeah, I'll be wondering what their coach said to them at halftime. I mean, the game's still there for them to get back into it. Again, they do have the man advantage, so one goal here maybe early on in the half and things could really change completely. It could be advantage Sioux Falls very quickly. But, I mean, tactical changes were definitely needed for the team, so we'll see how well they responded.
Jack Bennett taking the goal kick here for the Bugeaters. No changes at the half from what I can tell.
And not a lot of subs, it seems like, on the bench for the Thunder. I believe we counted 13 men in total who traveled down here. So not a lot of options, but,
There was one halftime substitution. From what I can tell, trying to get the number. The player's tough to see from our angle up here. It's going to be number 19, Robert Wiseman, coming into the match. Right now, it looks like the Bugeaters have transitioned into a 3-4-2.
Yeah, you can definitely see there's been some tactical changes. Going into halftime probably helped the Bugeaters out as well. I mean, now they can make more adjustments to, solve any problems that might be caused by playing with 10 men versus 11.
Robert Wiseman trying to get the ball back in the middle for Danny Whitehall. He was brought down. Brilliant work here from Wiseman to keep it in play. He has a shot blocked away by the defender. Wiseman again, and a brilliant hit! And the Midland striker getting the Bugeaters going in the second half early on.
Sub right there almost.
Takes it on the half volley just inside of the 18-yard box, and what a finish.
Yeah, great from Wiseman there. I mean, man, what an addition he's already made for the Bugeaters lineup.
A West Side graduate, currently a Midland University junior, made 60 appearances for the Warriors, 36 goals and 9 assists in his time at Midland. Started to see some of the talent right there. That was sensational.
Yeah, really superb work from the Bugeaters there. Superb from Wiseman to not give up after his initial shot was blocked. Just calmly took it back and finished it really, really well there into the top left corner.
And the goalkeeper with no prayer in the world of getting on the end of that one.
No.
The Thunder find themselves even further in the hole. 4-0 inside the 4th minute of the second half.
Yeah, it's a team that's quite honestly been outmatched here today by the Bugeaters. I mean, the Bugeaters, all credit to them, they have just seemed to want it more. Their work rate's been much higher, and there you go. An example right there is Denzel Wood steals the ball off the defender.
Danny Whitehall almost toying with the defender, leaves it off for Robert Wiseman, who is one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Brilliant one-on-one save. Back towards the middle, Carlos Ferrer inside of the area. He has a shot that goes well wide, and it did take a deflection. That one's going to go out for a corner kick. Bugeaters keeping the foot on the gas pedal here, not letting up.
No. You can imagine Whitehall is quite hungry to get a hat trick here. Wouldn't be too surprised to see him achieve that mark.
Out to take this corner kick. That'll be number 16, Tobias Meritsky. James Kilbourne. Kilbourne, Midland University senior from Liverpool, England. He made 57 appearances, 11 goals, and 13 assists for the Warriors. Made appearances on the All-GPAC first team for 2017 and 2018. He looks to deliver this corner kick towards the back post. Danny Whitehall keeps it in play towards the back post. The Thunder able to deal with it off the redirect. The second ball cut out nicely there by the visitors.
Bit of a harsh challenge there from the Bugeaters.
Yeah, Kilburn whistled for a foul there. Trying to argue that he got ball. Referee was having none of it. Fair drops it back for Alan Carr on the back line. The Bugeaters reestablish possession.
Yeah, if you go in from behind like that, you better hope that you do get the ball.
It's going to be a free kick for the Bugeaters. Alan Carr fouled inside of his defensive third. It's going to be a set piece. All the way back, and you expect Jack Bennett to take this one, try to launch over the top. It is going to be the left foot of Alan Carr, right foot of Jack Bennett. Bennett waves off his center back. He launches it down the left-hand side. Fortunately, it is going to be whistled offside. Bias Meritsky unable to keep onside there. Referee keeps him honest. Sioux Falls player jogs off the pitch and collapses to the right-hand side of the south goal here at Morrison Stadium. We might have a stoppage in play here.
Yeah, I didn't really see him walk off there, but the way he's rolling around there, it doesn't really seem all that great.
Can't quite tell what body part he was grabbing at as he came off the pitch, but he writhed around in agony for a few seconds before the trainers got over to him.
And hopefully one of the subs on the bench here for the Thunder is a defender. They've only got two of them after all. Two subs, that is. Looks like we have number 26 for the Thunder ready to come in.
The announced attendance for today's match is 350 people down here at Morrison Stadium. The first home game of the campaign this season, and the first home game in their stint in Omaha, Nebraska, moving down here from Lincoln after a fairly successful season last year. I think it was around 600 or so for their opening match.
Yeah, they always got fairly decent crowds down in Lincoln. It was good to see the city kind of come together and support the team. Looks like Omaha's able to do some of the same. Hopefully the numbers will only continue to grow, too, as the season progresses.
The Thunder get us back underway. We're in the 8th minute here of the second half. The clock here at Morrison Stadium counting up from 0 instead of from 45 for the second 45 minutes here at Morrison Stadium. Danny Whitehall able to win it back nicely here for the Bugeaters. Plays the through ball to Robert Wiseman, who is onside here. Robert Wiseman off the post!
Unlucky miss there, son.
Looking for his brace. One back by Denzel Woods in the midfield. Woods going on a run of his own here into the penalty area. Leaves it off for Danny Whitehall. Taken down inside of the area. It's going to be a penalty kick for the Bugeaters.
You'd imagine this will be Whitehall taking it.
Nice footwork there from Danny Whitehall, creating half a yard of space, cutting it back towards the middle. A rash challenge there. It is going to be Danny Whitehall taking this one.
Now, if he took this with his left foot, do you think does that count as completing a perfect hat trick?
I would consider it a perfect hat trick. He hit it with his left foot.
Exactly. Looks like he'll be going with his right, though.
Danny Whitehall for the Bugeaters sends the keeper the wrong way, and it's 5.
Surely the game now has got to be finished beyond all doubt.
Coming on for the Bugeaters, the first substitution of the day is Jamie Henderson. Coming off is Gabriel Gaiotto. Another substitution being made. The Bugeaters, apologies, can't.
Manuel Lira will be coming on.
Manuel Lira, the Bellevue University product. Number 6, Florian Doubt, making his way on for the Bugeaters. Florian Doubt, no stranger to Morrison Stadium. He plays for Creighton University. Made one appearance for the Junior Jays in 2017. That was against Drake University. Midfielder from Landshut, Germany.
Creighton's always had that connection with Germany. They used to have Elmar Bolovic, a German national who coached in North Carolina previous to Creighton. He always did a good job of recruiting German players to come and play for him.
Whitehall finds Wiseman with his offsides. Now, Creighton does have that connection to Germany over the years. I don't know if you mentioned Fabian Herbers is right now actually at the Chicago Fire after being drafted by the Philadelphia Union.
He's probably the standout of all the German players they've had over the years. They had another forward, Timo Pitta, who I believe played for FC Dallas in the MLS for a season. And a couple others, I'm sure don't come to mind right now, but always a strong connection there between the Blue Jays and Germany.
So Woods trying his best out on the left-hand side to win the ball back, wins the foul instead. And he commits the foul, I should say, and it's going to be a free kick for the Thunder inside of their own half.
Denzel Woods hasn't been afraid to make a hard challenge this game. That's probably because of his days as a defender. Definitely see a lot of those tendencies in the way he's been playing.
Nice work by the Thunder to keep possession. Finds it out on the left-hand side. Carlos Fair trying to defend it. Now slots the ball inside of the penalty box. It is going to be offside, and the Thunder give away and squander that opportunity to get at Jack Bennett to hopefully salvage something from this game. Get, maybe a goal or two before their time in Omaha is done.
Yeah, if you're the Thunder, you just want to get, something to, put some respect on your name. A goal would go a long way in helping that.
Coming off today is Danny Whitehall on the hat trick. He will make way.
This game's been a far cry from the early friendly that these two had. I believe it was in April. Game finished 2-1.
2-1
Sioux Falls.
In favor of Sioux Falls. Jack Ara coming on, the Irish international from Concordia University, going into his senior year there. He's appeared in 18 games with 8 starts, but recorded 29 shots, 17 of those being on goal, tallied 5 goals and 5 assists, and one of his goals was a game winner.
Hopefully he won't need to score a game winner in this one right here.
Robert Wiseman offside again. That is going to be something that you look at for after the game to work on. Just kind of staying sharp, staying focused, no matter what the score is. You don't want to keep being offside. I mean, you saw Gonzalo Higuain a couple of weeks ago for Chelsea in the Premier League, just offside almost every single play.
Yeah, as a midfielder, that's always frustrating when you pass the ball up to your forward and they're offsides consistently. It kind of just takes you out of your rhythm, and it's just very frustrating as a player. So, staying sharp is important, especially on the defensive end here for the Bugeaters. If you're Bennett, if you're any of the back line, you want to keep that clean sheet. That's going to be important for you. And so you can't really afford to make any mental mistakes. I mean, especially as a defender, you have to stay focused on this game.
Manuel Lira whistle for the foul just inside of the Thunder half, and he was booked for that challenge as well. In the 13th minute of the second half, 58th minute of the match, the free kick headed away by Alan Carr. Scores 5-0 Bugeaters. Robert Wiseman couldn't quite get that ball going. Denzel Woods with a rare giveaway in the midfield. Now the Thunder have an opportunity here to get at the Bugeater back line. Alan Carr stands his ground. Now finds Manuel Lira on the left-hand side. There with a couple of awkward touches, gives the ball away. A weak pass across the field. Henderson throws himself into that challenge. Henderson whistled for the foul there. Henderson whistled for the foul there. A bit too overzealous in that challenge. It's going to be another set piece for the Thunder. Hopefully, if you look at it from the Sioux Falls perspective, they should be able to get something on frame here, test Jack Bennett before the game is done.
Yeah, it seems like this will definitely be their best chance to really kind of create any offense at all, especially with the man advantage. I mean, they shouldn't be able to throw someone else in the box, give them a little bit of numerical superiority. We'll see how they go about this, though. Just want to hit this ball right into the middle. Or go for goal. Either one.
Jack Bennett with a little bit of banter there with the forward yelling well done as he took that shot well over the net. Jack Bennett hasn't really been tested so far today. He's only faced maybe 1 or 2 shots, neither of them being on frame.
Yeah, he really hasn't had a lot to do thus far. The free kick taker there for Sioux Falls almost caught him off his line there. It's a smart effort to go for goal.
Just a bit too much underneath it.
Just a tad bit. If he had gotten it right, would have been a nice strike for the Thunder.
I see one back in the midfield by Jack Ara. Now he springs Robert Wiseman. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Should be able to take it around the goalkeeper here. Robert Wiseman nicely saved there by the goalkeeper. He shielded it away for a goal kick as well. Robert Wiseman going to be kicking himself for missing that chance.
Keeper did well there to kind of throw him off. Wiseman really tried to round him and almost made a good job of it, but all credit to the keeper.
Back for the Bugeaters, a swing and a miss at the top of the area from Manuel Lira. Denzel Woods recovers. Now finds Farrah with a shot blocked by the defender and controlled between the legs there. Looking to spring the counterattack. Henderson with a nice sliding challenge, finding Robert Wiseman. Wiseman trying to find Jack Ara. Cut out by the defender now for Farrah. Farrah wins it back with a heavy first touch of the interception. A poor Manuel Lira pass. Back for Henderson on the back line. Henderson across for Carr. Carr springs it forward for Denzel Woods. Woods back towards the middle. Trying to find Florian Doubt. Gives it away. The Thunder look to break here, and numbers getting forward. It's going to be 5 on, about 6 for the Bugeaters. Thunder slow it up here in the midfield.
Yeah, we just really haven't seen anything from the Thunder that suggests that they can grab a goal here. When they have had the ball up in the middle or the final third for the Bugeaters, they haven't really made any good runs. Their movement hasn't been, at all what is needed. Bugeaters have had it easy for the most part today, defensively.
Defensively and offensively as well, and that's another substitution coming onto the pitch. It is going to be Carlos Farrah making way. It's going to be Murilo Cerulli coming on for Farrah. Really looking to make an impact here. Cerulli from Sao Paulo, Brazil, plays at Hastings University. He's made 41 appearances for the Broncos and has 14 goals and 14 assists. Finding Jack Ara. Jack Ara is onside here, battling with the defender, looking to get this one back into the middle. Cuts it back. Trying to find Cerulli, and it's going to be out for a corner kick. Cerulli is going to be the one to take this one. Checking near post, really looking to go towards the middle. Flick on header to the back. Alan Carr trying to get on the end of the flick towards the back post. Instead, he keeps it alive, finds Manuel Lira. Lira back out for Carr. Carr can't quite get on the end of this one. It's going to bounce off the corner flag and go out for a goal kick. Away straight back to the Bugeaters. Cerulli heads it back to Denzel Woods, and Woods is going to go all the way back to his English goalkeeper. Played forward now for Cerulli. Cerulli takes it towards the middle. The Brazilian trying to make a nice run through the middle. Intercepted by Sioux Falls. Wins it right back immediately. Great hustle from the Brazilian. And gives up on the play almost immediately afterwards. Thought he had been fouled there, and it's going to be a free kick for the Thunder.
Yeah, and there you go, talking about maybe mental mistakes there. I mean, credit to Sioux Falls for winning the ball there, but, maybe giving up a little easily from the Bugeaters. Now a dangerous area for Sioux Falls to strike from the free kick.
Definitely within shooting distance, only about 10 or so yards away from the top of the area.
And if you're a right-footed taker, this is about where you'd want the ball right now.
Close to about 25 or so yards out of goal. Jack Bennett organizing the wall. He's got 5 in the wall. Ara, Woods, Cerulli, Henderson, as well as Dowd inside of the wall. Here comes the free kick underneath the wall. Jack Bennett makes the save.
Good effort there from Sioux Falls. Not a great effort, but enough to maybe make Jack Bennett think about that a little bit.
It's on frame.
That's about all I can say about it, really.
Made the goalkeeper work. Smartly done underneath the wall. Jack Ara gives away possession. The Thunder looking to break down the left-hand side. Denzel Woods backtracking, trying to give Jamie Henderson some more support. Kept in play by the Thunder, cleared away by Florian Dowd. Robertson, you can hear him yelling on the touchline, play to the whistle. A lot of Bugeaters players stopping and arguing with the referees. We have more substitutions coming on. It'll be Aries Fung coming on, as well as Jonathan Lopez.
It's like the two UNO students will be coming off.
Denzel Woods and Stevie C coming off. Stevie C getting the first goal here for the Bugeaters. Denzel Woods putting a nice performance in the midfield, getting the assist to Danny Whitehall's first.
I should say UNO student and former UNO student. Congratulations to Denzel Woods for graduating from UNO this past semester.
Stevie C will be coming back onto the pitch. Aries Fung will be coming off. Not sure what the situation is, but C back onto the pitch. Fung going back off. Good performance by Fung today. I thought he didn't misplay a single ball.
You mean, you're right. He did. Excellent. I give him a 10.0 match rating. Great performance from the lad.
Now the Thunder holding possession. We just passed. Getting close to the end of the game here. It'll be the 62nd minute here at Morrison Stadium. The Bugeaters win the throw-in. It's going to be taken for Robert Wiseman, trying to get on the end of this one, and he does. Waiting for support to arrive. Takes it around the defenders. Finds Jack Ara at the top of the area. Ara now leave it off for Manuel Lira. Lira having Cerulli outside to assist him. Wiseman tried to take it off the volley, but he was offside. He called off Jack Ara as well. Wiseman may have a brilliant finish today, but so far he's been a bit inconsistent at the top of the lineup.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point in the game, he's able to make those mistakes. I mean, it's very much wrapped up here at 5-0. But he didn't know that shot was offsides. You know, you would have liked to have gotten that on target at least.
A couple of offsides decisions gone against the Midland University striker. A brilliant back heel now for the Thunder, taking it down the left-hand side. Henderson back nicely to defend. It's going to go all the way back to Jack Bennett in goal.
Bennett's still looking sharp back there, even though he hasn't had much to do. He's been very smart off his line, and you know, he's made the stops when he's needed to, although that hasn't been very often in this game.
Bennett finding Cerulli back towards the middle for Lira. Now back for Alan Carr on the back line. Carr putting in a solid performance on the back line for the Eaters. Now Manuel Lira wins it back, looking to spark a Bugeaters counterattack. Finds Robert Wiseman. Wiseman now switching out for Jack Ara. Goalkeeper not coming off his line here. Jack Ara skies that one and hits the scoreboard on the south end of the stadium. You can tell the Irishman not happy with himself on that one.
Yeah, definitely not the shot he would have liked to have gotten off there.
You can tell roughly what he was trying to do. And Jack, he wins it back with a physical challenge. He's going to have a hit. Well saved to the right-hand side of the goalkeeper.
And Lars looked very active here. You can tell he probably definitely wants to get a goal for himself on the day.
Throw-in taken for Robert Wiseman. Couldn't quite spring the overlapping run. Now given away to the Thunder. Nice ball down the right here side. Stevie C doing his best to shield it away. It's going to be a corner kick for the Thunder. They have an opportunity here to get one back. It's still 5-0.
Not a lot of Sioux Falls players moving up with much urgency here.
Back three still intact. We're approaching the 75th minute. I mentioned 5-0 the score here. A hat trick from Danny Whitehall, a goal from Robert Wiseman, and a goal from Stevie C. 3 different colleges and universities represented on the score sheet for the Bug Eaters today as a hit from distance comes from well outside of the area, and that goes well over the top of Jack Bennett's goal. Again, we would like to thank the Bug Eaters sponsors for today: 1836 Capital, Anderson Printing, Backswing Brewery, Charter West Bank and Mortgage Center, Elite Form, Epoca Cantina, Gentleman's Nod, Integrated Rehab, Into Metal, JJT Transportation and Logistics, Rediger and Associates, and the Simple Man for making Bug Eaters soccer possible here in the Omaha metropolitan area. Well, Cerulli, some nice footwork here, finding Jack Ara. Couldn't quite get on the overlap from Manuel Lira. Now the Thunder looking to break here. He's going to be a through ball played, and he's going to be offsides. Jack Bennett realizing he was offsides, just trying to have a little bit of fun back there, going for the nutmeg as he went past.
Yeah, if you're the goalie for the Bug Eaters in this game, you got to find some way to keep yourself entertained.
Reminder, we do have more Bug Eater soccer for the rest of the summer. June 8th, hosting Minneapolis City. June 30th, hosting the Des Moines Wanderers. July 6th, the Santa Fe Wanderers. July 13th, Caw Valley FC. And July 20th, Med City FC. All of those games slated for a 7 o'clock kickoff here at Morrison Stadium. For more information, you can visit Bug Eaters FC's website. BugEatersFC.com/schedule. Make sure you're at Morrison Stadium for all of the games. And if you're not able to make it down here to Morrison Stadium, as always, we'll be bringing you the broadcast all across this summer's games right here on YouTube.com. Stay tuned to the Bug Eaters Twitter account for the tweet. It's a live link. We'll go live probably about 2-3 minutes before kickoff, kind of give a brief preview of the game, or at least we're hoping to. Barring any technical difficulties such as we had today, the Thunder cleared away. It's going to be a throw-in for the Bug Eaters deep inside of the Thunder half.
Yeah, as you said, Owen, definitely keep following this Bug Eaters team this season, whether it's coming out here to Morrison Stadium or listening live at Mav Radio or on the Bug Eaters YouTube page. I mean, this is definitely an entertaining team to watch. If this game's been any indication, this team knows how to score quite a few goals.
The Bug Eaters claiming for handball there, but nonetheless the Thunder trying to get it going here. Florian Doubt with some great hustle there to prevent the counterattack, and now he's got support. Manuel Lira wins it back. Florian Doubt and Lira getting themselves tangled up a little bit. A brilliant ball over the top for Jack Ara. Ara trying to chip the keeper. Defender got back in time to knock the shot away, and it's going to be last off of Ara and for a goal kick.
Yeah, good work from the Sioux Falls defender there just to throw him off. Could have been a nice goal there, though, for the Bug Eaters.
A quick rundown before Jack Ara goes in to score here, and the Irishman able to get himself on the score sheet.
There it is. There's his goal for the day.
Nicely worked there by the Bug Eaters. A great through ball into the Irishman, and a very Robbie Keane-esque finish there. Score is now 6-0 Bug Eaters. And this one done and dusted a long time ago.
Yeah, it seemed almost over from the start. I mean, early on it was all Bug Eaters, and that was back when they did have 11 men on the field. All their goals, of course, have come after number 10, De La Villa, was sent off early on for the Bug Eaters. It's just been a dominant performance from start to finish.
You almost start to wonder whether or not we would have seen the same level of dominance had De La Villa be on the field. I mean, with the kind of talent that the Spaniard does bring, one would assume that they would have more offensive firepower down the wings. But this has sparked something incredible from the Bug Eaters.
It really has. I mean, the response, to score 6 goals after going down to 10 men probably speaks a lot to the character of the players for the Bug Eaters. Normally going down that early would really, if the team has poor mental capacity, they could really be adversely affected, but they weren't. They scored, I believe it was almost a minute or so after the red card, and I mean, as we mentioned, it's just been a dominant performance from there on out. Of course, I'm sure if De La Villa was in the field today, I'm sure we probably would have seen even a few more goals. He's such an offensive threat for the Bugeaters. He's definitely was missed in this game, but not missed that badly.
The Bugeaters win it back. Florian Dowd on the ball, the German international. Looking to switch the play over. Jamie Henderson. Henderson back into the midfield for Florian Dowd inside of the center circle, and the German midfielder gets it poked away at the last second here. He's going to catch the Thunder midfielder, preventing the counterattack. No yellow card is given. We can't afford a quick rundown of the full Bugeaters roster. 43 players. If I can do this all in one breath. Jack Bennett, Ugo Tritz, Duncan Whirling, Harry Ray, Angel Alvarez, Massimo Barron, Eunice Budati, Alan Carr, Joe Connolly, Fitzroy Cummings, Jaeger Erickson, Julius Forward, Gabriel Gaiotto, Ari Galvin, Jamie Henderson, Cole Horner, Gonzalo Ledesma, Christian Sanchez, and Denzel Woods. In the midfield, Jack Ara, Mario Cerulli, Florian Doubt, Roger De La Villa, Carlos Ferrer, Cortland Frank, Arias Fung, Ed Gordon, James Kilburn, Manny Lira, Jonathan Lopez, Sabino Lozano, Tobias Meritsky, Caleb Osman, Ricky Reyes, JT Seeger, Stevie C, and the forwards Caden Frank, Zach Gomez, Diego Gutierrez, Danny Whitehall, and Rob Wiseman.
Very well done there.
Deep roster.
Absolutely.
To go through the rest of the season. Manuel Lira going on a run of his own here. He's taking on the entire Thunder back line. He's still going inside of the penalty area, loses his footing at the last possible second, and he wings it back brilliant back towards the middle for Jack Ara. Ara can't quite turn, and we get a shot on goal.
Yeah, with the game wrapped up so nicely now, I feel like the main attacking threat from the Bugeaters is going to be from Bugeater players who haven't yet scored and want their goal for the evening. There's definitely every chance that they could get it here.
Going to be a throw-in for the Bugeaters on the east side of Morrison Stadium. Beautiful view up here from the press box here at Morrison Stadium. We've got TD Ameritrade Ballpark just a bit down the road hosting the Big Ten baseball tournament, I do believe. And you can see the rolling bluffs of Council Bluffs on the other side of the Missouri River behind us. The view of downtown Omaha to the south end of this stadium.
It's a beautiful night for soccer here in Omaha, and it's a beautiful place to be playing at.
Special thank you to Creighton University and Creighton Athletics, and specifically the staff here at Morrison Stadium for allowing the Bugeaters to bring a Bugeaters FC soccer to Omaha this year. Well, Lira trying to find Cerulli out wide. Thunder win it back, tracking back as Lira concedes the throw in. Less than 15 to go here at Morrison Stadium. 6-0. Still the score. Goals from Jack Ara, Robert Wiseman, a hat trick from Danny Whitehall, and the opener from Stevie C.
We definitely could be in for a few more goals here too before the game is done.
Out wide for the Thunder.
Thunder's starting to look a little more dangerous here. This has definitely been one of their better spells of possession.
Nice tackle there from Cerulli. He hacks the Thunder player down in the midfield on the subsequent tackle, and it is going to be a free kick for Sioux Falls. This one around 35 or so yards out from a goal. Not sure if this is shooting distance. It's a deep shooting angle.
It depends who the taker is. If they're feeling quite confident in their game today, maybe. But these positions are where we have seen the Thunder be at their most dangerous. So whatever happens, they will at least want to try to capitalize and get a shot on target.
Thunder free kick taken towards the back post. Miss hit, not even inside of the 18-yard box. Jonathan Lopez wins possession back for the Eaters, trying to find Florian Doubt. Pinballing around in the midfield.
Yeah, that's not quite how you capitalize on a free kick.
They were looking to switch it outright for Cerulli. Really looking to find Jack Ara at the top. Carr will drop it back. Henderson back across for Carr. Both Bellevue University products now switched out on the left-hand side on a brilliant switch out wide to Stevie C. See cutting it back onto his right foot. He might look for a brace here. He does, and a brilliant save at the near post. Lopez in towards the middle. Trying to find Cerulli to get the Brazilian on the score sheet. Lopez shielding the ball out for a Bug Eaters throw-in. Lopez, a Hastings College product as well. A lot, as we mentioned, a lot of local talent. Creighton, Concordia, Hastings, Fort Hays State, UNO, Creighton, UNL club soccer team, all local Nebraska programs here.
Yeah, it's really diverse representation from Nebraska. You got players from schools here all across the state. It's good to see that for the local game. You know, to see players from these local schools come out here today and win 6-0 or possibly more. We'll see. There's still plenty of game time to play. But to put on a performance like this, it's very encouraging if you are a local soccer fan.
I don't know if we can put as much emphasis as we possibly can on the fact that the Bug Eaters are doing this with 10 men.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it almost seems useless to mention because playing with 10 men seems to have affected them, if anything, positively. So it's just been really impressive from the Bug Eaters to see the way that they have responded today.
Olay, Cerulli almost getting on the end of it. And Olay is like just kept passing the ball around beautifully.
Great movement there from the Bug Eaters.
Cerulli denied with a point-blank save from the goalkeeper. To be fair, has made a couple of decent saves today. He hasn't looked incredible between the sticks, but he has looked pretty solid against a very offensively talented team.
Yeah, it hasn't really been an easy night for the keeper, but thinking back to all the goals, I don't think there's really any that I can really fault him for. I mean, he's done his best to keep his team in the game.
Through ball played in for the Thunder. Jack Bennett off his line. Thunder had an open net to shoot at, and Stevie C clears it off the line.
Great defending there.
Not only wins the foul, but puts the Thunder player on his backside.
Yeah, the defense holding on to that clean sheet still. They're going to want to keep that together until the end of the game.
PVC putting on a solid performance for the Bug Eaters. We mentioned an Omaha Maverick going into his junior year just up the road on Dodge Street. On the list of his accolades, he was Summit League Defensive Player of the Week for the week of August 28th in 2017. Summit League All-Newcomer Team in 2017, honor roll for 2017 in the Summit League, and the Summit League Commissioner's List of Academic Excellence in 2017-2018. Not only a brilliant player and a brilliant wingback for the Mavericks, but also a brilliant student as well.
Yeah, that he is. He excels in the classroom and on the field. And, you know, as a defender, I will say Stevie probably doesn't get all the credit that he might deserve at UNO. I mean, this is a player who came in and started from the get-go, from his freshman year. You know, he's always, you know, been a standout figure on that back line for the Mavericks, and you know, doesn't always put up the stats that you might expect from someone, you know, who would really shine, but he puts in the great performances, he puts in team performances, and that's really all you can ask from him. He's been a great player for UNO, and he's been great for the Bug Eaters tonight.
PVC, one of the Maverick players who were on the Bug Eaters roster last season. Alongside him, Denzel Woods, Diego Gutierrez, Gonzalo Ledesma, and now the Thunder have a through ball one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Jack Bennett is beaten, and the Thunder have the goal. They break the Bug Eaters clean sheet. 6-1 the score.
Now there's a little bit of redemption for the Thunder.
In the 83rd minute here, the Sioux Falls Thunder break the Bug Eaters down, and for the first time today, Jack Bennett is beaten between the sticks for the Bug Eaters.
Yeah, as a keeper, that's probably very frustrating. You might remember from the infamous 7-1 game in the 2014 World Cup between Brazil and Germany. I recall seeing Manuel Neuer, the German goalkeeper, just being quite furious with his defenders when Brazil did score their one goal on him, even though I believe they had a 6-0 lead at that time.
It's one of those things as a goalkeeper where you want the clean sheet. It might be even worse. The Thunder looking to get this one out wide and get another opportunity into the area.
And not a lot of men back there for the Bug Eaters. Better cross there, and you might have expected the Thunder to capitalize.
Bennett looking to launch this one out wide. Nicely brought down, looking to spring the run. Jonathan Gomez. Gomez ends up winning a corner kick for the Bug Eaters here. It's 6-1 the score as we're approaching the 85th minute of play. Corner kick from the Bug Eaters taken from the southeast corner of Morrison Stadium. This one looking to be launched into the middle at the near post. Flicked on by Jack R. Nobody there at the back post. And the Thunder able to collect this one fairly easily. Maybe look to get something going down this left-hand side. Played back in towards the middle. One back by Robert Wiseman. Nicely read there by the Midland striker. He's taken down. It's going to be a free kick for the Bug Eaters. This one about 27, 28 yards away from goal. Maybe a bit more, closer to 30.
And again, shooting range if you're feeling a little bit audacious today.
Up by 5 in the last 5 minutes of the game. Why not have a go from here?
Get a nice goal for your highlight reel, maybe.
Alan Carr scores off the free kick.
That one will go on the highlight reel, I'm sure.
Center back for the Bug Eaters on the day from Lincolnshire, England, the Bellevue University product. A long list of accolades. Scoring a free kick from around 25, 26 yards outside of net. Credit to the Thunder goalkeeper. Got a solid left hand to that one. Just tipped it into the corner. Not much you could do about that. That had power placement.
Just about all you can want there from the shot. Yeah, great finish there from Alan Carr. Tucked very nicely into the bottom right corner.
Jack, you very appropriately mentioned the 2014 World Cup semifinal. The exact same scoreline at the moment, 7-1. Possibly looking to be 8-1 as Jack Ara looked to be played in over the top. Well read by the Thunder defense.
Wouldn't be too surprised to see if that score did change in these last few minutes. The goals have been coming in quite fast and furious here today.
A yellow card issued to Florian Doubt, the Creighton midfielder. Going to be booked here by the referee as the latter stages of the match. Thunder looked to get that free kick going almost immediately. Whistle back by the referee.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't think we've seen any other cards today outside of the one yellow and one red for Roger De La Villa.
I believe Fair was yellow card early on in the match. Jack R looking to use his pace to get behind the Thunder back line. He does, but just a bit too far away from goal to get a solid shot on frame. The Irishman battling with the Thunder left back, trying to win it back. He does end up conceding the throw into the Thunder, losing that challenge and losing that battle. So really trying to get something going for the Bug Eaters in the offensive third. Jack Ara's pass wayward, defended well by the Thunder, one back by the Bug Eaters. And Lira on the ball, back towards the middle for Cerulli. Cerulli back towards the middle for Doubt. Doubt back for Cerulli. Going to play that one up towards Lopez, but that one's going to go all the way through to the goalkeeper.
And just a hopeful little ball there. Not much danger behind it.
Able to collect easily, and a nice bit of footwork there from the Thunder midfielder. Sioux Falls looking to battle. Manuel Lira loses out there, gets right back on his feet. They're trying to get this ball into the top of the area. And have a right-footed shot, takes the deflection. Jack Bennett able to corral it easily. Alan Carr writhing in pain inside of the penalty area, though.
Yeah, we're finally starting to see some offensive push from Thunder, but it's definitely a case of too little, too late here.
The training staff coming out to look at the Bug Eaters center back.
This would be a big loss for the Bug Eaters if he were to be injured for an extended period of time. Carr has definitely been a standout tonight.
Alan Carr, 2015 Honorable Mention All-American, 2015 NSAA Defensive Player of the Year, 2015 First Team All-NSAA, 2015 First Team NAIA Omaha World Herald All-Nebraska Team, NSAA Defensive Player of the Week for September 15th and November 11th in 2015. 2014 he was First Team All-MCAC, 2014 Omaha World Herald NAIA All-Nebraska Team, 2014 MCAC Defensive Player of the Week for September 15th and October 20th in 2014. And in 2013 he was the First Team All-MCAC. A very extensive list of accolades and awards for Alan Carr. His time at Bellevue University, played there from 2012 to 2015.
Yeah, quite impressive resume he built up there. Almost all these players on the Bugeater rosters, I mean, they've all been standouts at their selective colleges. They are the best that their colleges really have to offer, and it's nice to see them all play together here. It's almost like an all-star team of Nebraska college soccer talent.
Carr is going to be helped off the field by the trainers. Getting towards the 90th minute here. We're past the 90th minute. 7-1 the score here from Morrison Stadium, and this one all but over for the past only 45-50 minutes.
Yeah, overall it was a great home opener for the Bugeaters here in Omaha. You really couldn't ask for much more than this. Beautiful night, a lot of goals, a lot of entertainment, and just a great win here for the Bugeaters. Hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more of that this season.
Jack Bennett launches this one out on the left-hand side. Finding Lopez. Lopez will drop it off for Stevie C. Back towards Florian Doubt. Doubt goes back inside of his area, finding Jack Bennett. Bennett's going to launch this one forward under pressure. I don't believe the Bugeaters brought on anybody to replace Carr. Playing with 9 men at the moment. Now finding Lopez springing down the right-hand side. Lopez looking to take this one on his own. Has a left-footed shot, and the keeper makes a phenomenal save.
Great save there.
One for the highlight reel there, a bit extravagant.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give some credit to the keeper. He did give up 7 goals, but really, I can't find one that I truly fault him for. He's done his best tonight, is all I could say about his performance.
That one, I believe the kids would say that one was a bit extra.
Just a bit, but as long as it's not in the net, you know, that's all that matters.
Ball played in the middle of a corner kick. Robert Wiseman thought about going for the scissor kick initially. Thought better of it.
It was almost on there for him. That would have been a nice cherry on the top of the cake for the Bugeaters.
Now the Thunder going to go in towards Jack Bennett again. Shot comes in just wide of Bennett's far post. Stevie C backtracking for the Bugeaters. That one's going to go out for a goal kick. Only now in the third minute stoppage time, and there we go. The referee blows the full-time whistle. The Bugeaters open up the home campaign here at Morrison Stadium. 7-1 over the Sioux Falls Thunder. Goals from a hat trick from Danny Whitehall, Stevie C, Jack Ara, and Robert Wiseman. Phenomenal performance, Jack.
Great night here for the Bugeaters. 7-1, just like Brazil, Germany. You know, if you're a Bugeaters fan, that's all you can ask for. What a great win here for them. What a great introduction to Omaha.
Thank you all for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of the game. Tune in next time as the Bugeaters take on Minneapolis City SC on June 8th, the Saturday at 7 o'clock p.m. Be sure to join us here at Morrison Stadium. If you can't, stay tuned to the Bugeaters Twitter account and watch on YouTube.com. Thank you all so much for joining us on tonight's broadcast. For Jack Hoover, I'm Owen Godberson. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time.